A walkthrough of the channel's 2001 XL1200S Sportster time capsule. The channel now has its Evolution Sportster after months of research with lots of valuable input from the community, comments. I hunted for the right bike. The channel's 2001 Sportster XL1200S in factory condition is now home at the shop studio. So why did this particular year and model Sportster end up the channel pick? And what is an Evolution XL1200S Sport? Described by Harley-Davidson as the factory hot rod, the XL1200S entered the market in 1996 with a chassis set up for improved handling. By 1998, XL1200S engine performance kicked up as well. For 2001, the period Harley-Davidson Advertising and Magazine Reviews remarked, "Black ceramic-coated pipes, hot cams, and dual-spark ignition send a strong performance message, as do the triple disc brakes and premium full adjustable suspension." The Sportster 1200 Sport features a unique, tough look with its eye-catching powertrain and black satin ceramic-coated exhaust system. This aerospace coating technology provides the exhaust finish with a high temperature and corrosion resistance. The fully adjustable cartridge-type front forks, fully adjustable gas reservoir shocks in the back, triple disc brakes, and sport compound performance tires all add to the exhilaration. The Harley-Davidson Sportster 1200 Sport provides more punch around town than other Harley-Davidson motorcycles and can provide hours of pleasure on winding roads. With its emphasis on sport performance and improved handling, the XL1200S aligns with my riding style. In the early Ironhead Sportster era, I would have stood in line for a sleek XLCH with the hotter cams and peanut tank. The Evolution era equivalent is the XL1200S Sport, offering the best lean angle of any stock Evolution Sportster. There is no raked fork or lowered suspension. The handlebar rides lower while mid-controls shape the rider's posture. Think of this as more akin to an XR750 track bike or the 2002 and 2003 XL883R. Though not for everyone, the XL1200S is just the right fit and style for me. The unique dual front disc brake rotors make the XL1200S, XL883R, and Roadster easy to spot. An XL1200S stands taller and looks leaner. Riding on distinctive 13-spoke cast black alloy wheels, the 2001 XL1200S specifications note 6.7 inches of ground clearance at the stock unladen ride height and stance. With an impressive 37-degree lean angle, steeper than any other Evolution-era XL Sportster, the aim is better cornering at speed. Worth mentioning, the online information sources have widely conflicting specifications for 1996 to 2003 XL1200S Sport models. Specifications are nebulous for other Evolution Sportster models too. Factory service manuals and official Harley-Davidson advertising literature remain our best resource. I'm searching for an official Harley-Davidson service manual and owner's handbook for the 2001 XL1200S. When the channel's 2001 Sport is on the shop studio's lift rack, I'll take accurate measurements. Expect an update on this topic. A semi-solo sport bike seat, a factory speedometer and matching tachometer, plus a lower handlebar each emphasize Harley-Davidson's effort to make the XL1200S a sportier motorcycle. Handling, braking, and suspension tuning were a priority. Reservoir adjustable rear shocks and adjustable fork tuning contribute to the package. The 39mm cartridge fork has been upgraded for better cornering. A sensible 3.3-gallon fuel tank provides adequate range. The distinctive unique graphics stand out. For styling, the profile of the XL1200S has a clean, no-frills look. On the channel's 2001 model, blackout themes minimize the use of chrome and separate the Sport from the popular customer XLH. Here, Harley-Davidson designers recaptured the Sportster's legacy image, a leaner V-twin sport motorcycle rather than a scaled-down touring motorcycle or chopper. The label cruiser bike had become a euphemism for the burgeoning size and curb weight of later AMF and Evolution Sportster models. At the end of the rigid frame era, the XL1200S Sport recaptures the Sportster's original intent. The XL1200S takes us back to the original Sportster premise, a sport motorcycle that could keep pace with the agile British bikes. Harley-Davidson was capable of engineering bikes that handled and had proven so with its KHK models and the KR race bikes. The original Sportster was an overhead valve V-twin unit construction engine folded into the side valve V-twin K-model frame. The Sportster offered an impressive power-to-weight ratio and high torque power that spawned the XR750 race bikes, the XR1000, and the Evolution era's XR1200 and XR1200X. The Sport model did not reappear in the rubber engine mount era. Fortunately for many of us, the XL1200S did have an 8-year model run through 2003, 6 of those years with the Buell Lightning dual spark plug heads. In 2004, in newer rubber mount models, Buell XB performance engine parts show up. The 2004 and up XL1200R Roadster, though lacking the lean angle and trim profile of the rigid mount XL1200S Sport, helped fill the void left by the Sport's absence. Many subscribers at the channel are loyal, enthusiastic owners of XL1200R Roadsters. The XL1200R was on my radar screen when considering which Evolution Sportster to buy. The Sport's rigidly mounted engine and legacy trapdoor transmission access carry from the earliest 1957 Sportster. The Evolution era introduced the 1200 engine. From 1991 up, the 5-speed transmission was a gain, and all Sportsters featured a belt final drive. The XL1200S added the Buell Lightning dual spark plug cylinder heads in 1998. Compression bumped a point to 10-1. Camshafts were a hotter grind, reminiscent of the original XLCH. The ignition system eliminated the controversial vacuum-operated electric switch, or VOES, replacing it with a map sensor and control module for more refined spark timing advance. Available online performance statistics are ambiguous. One source has horsepower in the realm of 61 at a moderate 5,500 RPM. That source has torque at 65 pound-foot. Another source pegs the torque at 72 pound-foot. There are even higher estimates. The torque peak is slightly up the RPM scale with these camshafts, yet still at a mid-range 4,000 RPM. The hotter camshaft profiles, compression bump, and dual spark plug ignition upgrades raised the performance level on 1998 to 2003 Sport models. There were notable technical improvements across the Sportster lineup during the XL1200S era. By 2001, transmission upgrades and sealed wheel bearings were in place. The crankshaft and oil pump system had been improved. The 2001 XLS benefited from these improvements. Road tests noted smoother, more positive shifting, and quieter gears in the later trap-door transmissions. Service techs appreciated the sealed wheel bearings that replaced traditional tapered roller bearings. There was no longer a need for routine wheel bearing repacks. An XL1200S shares many components with other XLs of its era, which makes parts availability less of an issue. The reservoir Showa rear shocks and an adjustable Showa 39mm fork are unique. Fortunately, the channel's Sport came with only 10,090 original miles and should not need fork or reservoir service for a long time. The KN CV40 carburetor is common on all 1988 to 2006 Sportster 883 and 1200 engines. Carburetor tuning is similar for any application of the CV40. I plan to dive into rebuilding and jetting this carburetor in the channel's how-to videos. When tuning and servicing the ignition, the 2 extra spark plugs are unique to the 1998 to 2003 XL1200S Evolution Sportster. The stock profile seat without a backrest makes this model far less inviting for 2-up riding, which works for me. I can't foresee traveling with anybody else on board, so changing out the seat, which would screw up the bike's aesthetics in the process, is unnecessary. I intend to use the Sport as a filming platform for the channel's road travel videos. The stock seat will stay in place along with the mid-controls. I'm in the height and inseam range that fits with the stock XL1200S foot pegs, brake pedal, and shift lever. The bike's profile will remain factory. As I've shared, my benchmarks for good road handling were a 1969 BSA A65L 650 Lightning and a 1969 BSA A75R 750 Rocket 3. I owned and rode these bikes over a half-century ago. Since then, I've owned 2 BMW Sport touring bikes and ridden my youngest son's Yamaha YZF R6 sport bike. For distance riding, I'm not a fan of the crouch sport bike riding posture. To be clear, I have no issue with sport bikes. I follow MotoGP, AMA dirt track racing, and Vance & Hines XR1200 Harley-Davidson racing, wholeheartedly cheering on the riders and their incredible machines. World-class MotoGP motorcycles and superbikes are a marvel. The race-prepped XR750, XR1200, and XR1200X should make every Harley-Davidson V-twin owner proud. Racing technology trickles down to better handling, improved tire compounds, and safer production motorcycles. For judging whether Harley-Davidson built a strong-performing, better-handling bike in the XL1200S, my vintage British benchmarks will do. Technically, the XL1200S is a cruiser motorcycle. If it handles anything like a 60s or 70s parallel twin BSA Triumph Norton Matchless or AJS, I'll be more than surprised. On paper, the XL1200S is more akin to the heavier BSA Rocket 3 or Triumph Trident production motorcycles. These were triple-cylinder British Sport touring machines. The dry weight of my Rocket 3 was 495 pounds. The XL1200S weighs 501 pounds dry. Weight and power-wise, these 3 bikes are a near match. Riding the XL1200S will confirm how closely Harley-Davidson came to the handling standard of a moderate-weight, vintage British Sport touring class bike. As for the XL1200S Sport's factory hot rod performance, we'll see how much difference the engine upgrades and tuning make. I have a Department of Motor Vehicles appointment scheduled for next week. I'll transfer the title, furnish proof of insurance, and plate the Sport. Insured and road-ready, the bike will be poised for riding. We're experiencing late winter weather at the Sierra and typical March storms at our local 4,200 feet elevation. As soon as the weather breaks, I'll put some miles on the XL1200S. Expect an update on how well and in what ways the Harley-Davidson Sportster meets my performance expectations. For those who like specifications, here are the details on the 2001 XL1200S Sport.